Hey everyone, Chad Robinson here, Best Interest Mortgages. I wanted to create this small little video to talk about the payment deferral that a lot of people are chatting about. And I posted up a couple of days on my Facebook, and I've had a lot of questions. So my 2 decades as a mortgage broker, obviously this is the biggest financial crisis that we've seen, way in excess of what was happening in 2008. However, there's a lot of lessons from 2008 that we can learn today. But to jump right into the payment deferral question, a lot of people are saying, what are the consequences? Everything we do in life, as you know, has consequences. Sometimes things we understand and sometimes things we don't understand. Things are changing so rapidly in the world right now and in the financial markets that we really don't know what's happening and what these ramifications are going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 months, a year from now. So my advice to everybody is, if you need to take a payment deferral, 100% take it. Call up your credit card company, call your car loan company, call your bank, absolutely get the deferral. However, if your job hasn't changed, your income hasn't changed, then what are you doing asking for a payment deferral? The bank's going to look at you and say, Mr. Smith, you work for the government. Your income hasn't changed a penny. Yet you're asking me, saying you're in financial hardship. Why? These kind of things are going to be, there's going to be a ramification later. A year from now, 2 years from now, they might look at you and say, no, you're not going to get that car loan, Mr. Smith. No, we're not going to give you a new mortgage, Mr. Smith, because you said you were in financial distress when you really weren't. So if you are in financial distress, the mechanisms are there, support it. It also, the other important thing as a society and as a culture, if you're tying up the phone lines, if you're tying up the resources of these institutions saying that you have financial distress and you don't, you're standing in front of somebody that is actually very desperate. There are people out there that have no cash, that can't make the payment in 2 days, and they're panicked. They can't afford to get groceries. And some people are saying, oh, well, it might be nice not to pay my mortgage for 6 months. Don't be one of those people. The other thing, they say it's not going to affect our credit rating. Maybe it will. We don't really know. So bigger picture, as a society, institutions, lenders, we all think these are big, these big conglomerates, right? And they are, and they make billions of dollars. But it's part of a wheel. It's part of an economic wheel. And if that wheel collapses, if one of the spokes breaks completely, if that investor, that bank can't pay its investors, maybe that institution won't survive this. They need to pay their investors regardless of whether they're receiving the payments or not. And they only have so much bandwidth as well. Just like if you're a tenant and your landlord has to pay a mortgage most likely. It has to pay your property taxes and the water bill and all those things. So they can afford a little bit, but they can't absorb everything. So everything has an effect. If you need help in this crisis, 100% people ask for it, get it. But if you don't need help, just like toilet paper, if you have lots of toilet paper stocked up at home, don't go buy another case. If you don't need a payment amnesty or payment deferral, then don't ask for it. Hope everybody is staying safe and keep well.